pounds for training camp last year. Where is he at right now, and is that where you want him to be?
Well, we haven't weighed him yet. Obviously, it's voluntary. We don't go and weighing everybody right now. Right now, I'm just happy he's here. He's here, he's working, and he always ends up where we want him to be come training camp time.
Last year, previous head coach Bruce Arians had said that he told veterans, starters, to kind of stay away because they wanted to give the younger guys the reps. Did you tell anybody not to be here? Or
I didn't tell them not to be here, and we've talked about it. Again, it's voluntary. I know where each and every one of them are, and a lot of them have good reason not to be, so we'll go from there and coach the guys that are here.
How encouraged were you by the number of veterans who were out there today?
It was impressive. You know, we had a lot of guys out there, a lot of starters out there. We got a lot of work done. The recall was pretty good. We're just going to keep going.
You get to see the rookies kind of in a more full context when you get them with the full squad. Anything that stood out in terms of how well they processed just the stuff you've shown to them over the weekend?
Well, they retained the information they learned over the weekend, and they fit right in so far. So, you know, again, it's shorts and T-shirt. As the installs grow, we'll see where their brains go, and then we'll see where they're at in training camp.
It's one day of practice, but your thoughts on how Blaine Gabbert and Kyle Trask played today, quarterback?
I have to see the tape. Obviously, shorts and T-shirt, we're not tackling, but they had some good poise. They understand where to go so far with most of the reads, and we'll watch the tape and see.
How important is it for Kyle to kind of get these extra reps now here and then be ready for training camp?
I think it's very important. Anytime you got a young guy that gets extra reps going into training camp and has a chance to play, you know, you give them to him.
He looks like he's lost some weight, like he seems in better shape maybe now than he was when he came out of college. Have you noticed that? Or?
I hadn't noticed very much, so.
Ton of the guys kind of held out. I think it's May, so no injuries or minor injuries. We didn't see Grant Stewart and didn't see the rookie corner Gardner out there. Anything significant there to worry about?
Nothing significant.
How would you say Chris Godwin right now is progressing in his rehab?
He's coming along. Obviously, he's better than where he was, but he's not where he needs to be. But he's coming along. He works hard.
Has he reached any, I don't know if he's able to run yet or if he's reached any specific milestones in his recovery?
No, he'll reach the milestone when he gets back on the field.
You anticipate him being ready for training camp, or?
When he's ready to go, he's ready to go. We don't put a timetable on it.
Todd, this was your first on-field look at Shaq Mason, an undersized guy but a real technician with a quick get-off. What did you see from your right guard?
I mean, he's a pro. Right now, it's just understanding the playbook. You know, we don't have pads on right now, so you can't see much. So everybody looks quicker than they normally are. We'll wait till the training camp grind continues and goes from there. And we know what kind of player he is. We've seen a lot of tape on him, so he fits right in with us right now.
Todd, when you get to August, you guys will have joint practices here with the Dolphins and in Tennessee with the Titans. I know Bruce was always an advocate of having a break from the monotony of practicing against yourself all the time. Do you like joint practices and what they add to preseason and training camp?
I really like them. I think it breaks up camp. Obviously, with one less preseason game right now, you need to get all the work in that you can get in. We got two very good teams coming in here on both sides of the ball, so it gives us a lot of good work.
Clyde mentioned when he spoke to the media that he thought perhaps there could be a little bit more like good-on-good work during training camp, that there could possibly maybe be more physicality. I mean, you're still limited as to what you can do in your live periods maybe. Do you foresee any changes in the structure of the way you're doing things this off-season or in camp?
There'll be some competition periods from that standpoint. Not always good on good, but there'll be a little more good on good. We got to be careful with that. It's a long season. We're not trying to get anybody hurt, but at the same time, we're trying to get the work in that we need. So there'll be some specialty periods that we'll have competition periods, and we'll go from there.
You like the way the roster looks right now? Are there still some spots you would like to bring in maybe?
You like the roster the way it is, but there's some spots we're looking at that we could possibly bring in.
How about for you? Was it comfortable today? This was your first, not being in charge of the defense. You got, veterans and, the rookies in here. Well, feel good?
Felt great for me. I was extremely comfortable. I'm not getting hit, though. So. Feels great for me.
We saw Jose out there in special teams work. Will he get the opportunity to compete against Ryan? Will that be a...
He will get the opportunity, yes.
You mentioned that you and Tom are in constant communication. You guys are on the same page. Any idea how frequently you guys text or talk? Or I know that he was here last week, but he's not here this week.
No, I don't think that needs to be public knowledge, how much me and my girlfriend dates, but we talk and we're on the same page and we're in lockstep. So we're in lockstep with Byron and Clyde. So everything's good.
You just likened him to being your girlfriend?
No, I did not. It was a joke. It's a joke, Jenna.
Talk about you guys learning the playbook. Has there been any changes to it? I mean, is that something that there's new stuff in there that?
Yeah, there's things we tweak every year on both sides of the football. So there are nuances for the old guys and the younger guys. So we'll get them in and we'll get them up to date and we'll go from there.
Are you looking for Vita Vea to be more of a leader this year with, Sue not here and you draft Logan Hall, maybe Vita can take him under his wing a little bit?
Well, the whole D-line room, we're looking for leaders all the time, no matter what position. You don't even have to be a starter to lead. Obviously, Nacho's a good leader as well, so, it can come from any position. Leadership is individually, and collectively we'll have one or we'll have a couple.
Todd, your DBs were a little opportunistic today with getting their hands up and a couple of interceptions, pick sixes. Can you just speak to that?
First day, it's always good to get your hands on balls. Now that I'm the head coach instead of the DC, it's great on one hand, it's not good on the other hand. So we'll watch the tape, we'll correct it. Again, it's the first day. Obviously, competition spirits are high. We'll see where we are in the middle of training camp.
Looking ahead to Munich in November, when you guys go out there, I know you were here when the team played in London. Do you know if you'll do anything differently in terms of when you leave or how you'll handle international travel like that?
We're discussing it. We haven't finished up the details yet. When we do, I'll have a better handle on it.
Logan Ryan is a guy that doesn't maybe have a clearly defined role because he could do a lot of different things. Have you kind of figured out where you want to see him?
Not yet. It's the first day. Obviously, he plays safety. He's played corner in the past, and he plays nickel. So as we go on these days, and we'll see when the OTAs are over.
Todd, is this offensive balance, that concept, is a little overrated in terms of, you got Tom Brady, so he's averaging 42 pass attempts, but you're scoring a lot of points with Tom Brady working that way. So what's your attitude towards, hey, we got to run more, we got to be more balanced, but you got Tom Brady?
My attitude is to win the game any way possible. If we have to throw the ball 50 times to win, that's great. If we have to run the ball 30 times to win, that's great. We'll take what they give us. We'll always have shots for big plays. Obviously, Brady's a great passer. We want to equal that with the running game if we can, but if they're taking away the run and we have to throw the ball 60 times and he throws 5 or 6 touchdowns, I'll take the win. If we're running the ball pretty good and we get going about 25, 30 times, I'll take the win. Whatever we got to do to win the ball game. Nobody's putting handcuffs on the offense from that standpoint. We're going to do whatever we have to do to win the game.
Looks like Stinney got some good reps at left guard. I know it's day one. There's a whole summer to play, but is it his job to lose right now?
It's day one. There's open competition.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Todd.
Got Vita Vea.